Bali Health Office issues early warning letter for dengue fever. And waste is a crucial problem in Bali. It should be a priority program. Yeah, definitely. Stay tuned for details on these and other stories. Selamat siang. Welcome to the latest news from Bali in Indonesia. This is November 30th, 2024, and my name is Bruce. And what is the weather like today? I hate to say anymore because I said yesterday it wasn't raining. As soon as I got done filming, it started pouring, and it poured and poured and poured and rained all the way up till 5:30 in the afternoon. If I say no rain today, I'm sure it's going to rain soon. Well, the temperature right now is a steamy 31 degrees and 75% humidity, so I'm expecting rain. And the wind speed is 12.4 kilometers per hour. And another day, not hazy, but the ocean is very brown around here, which means that it is raining up in the mountains. And so, the rainy season is here, should I say that? And the first segment today is going to be about the rainy season and dengue fever. So let's get right into it. Bali Health Office issues early warning letter for dengue fever. The Bali Health Service, DISGES, has issued an early warning letter for dengue fever, DB, as the rainy season begins in November. And this is the last day of November. We have distributed an early warning letter sending it to all of them, the district city health offices. First, a letter has been sent, said the head of prevention and control of infectious diseases section of the Bali Health Office, E. Nyoman Sudiasa. And he said this yesterday. He said the warning letter was in response to the start of the rainy season where mosquito breeding would increase and a mosquito net eradication movement, PSN, would be carried out. In its direction, the Bali Health Office asked the district city health offices to continue their recommendations to smaller areas such as sub-districts and villages, namely to control vectors with the one house, one mosquito net movement. It is not easy to invite the community. We know the limitations of our friends in the district cities, but they can provide guidance so that each house has one mosquito larvae control, according to Pak Sudiasa. According to him, controlling vectors or potential mosquitoes is easier than other treatments such as expensive vaccinations or drugs, which currently do not exist. Sudiasa said that the community empowerment can be done at the village level, namely by providing counseling with the village budget. Moreover, anyone can become a mosquito larvae control agent for their own family. Okay, I can be a control agent. He explained that health workers can provide simple counseling such as eradicating mosquito breeding sites so that they are made dry and clean so that the larvae are washed away and die. If the control is not done together with the community, it seems impossible. If only to rely on fogging, how much can be done? The mosquito cycle during its life can lay eggs 3 to 4 times, each laying hundreds of thousands. If only killing the female, it could be that she has laid already hundreds of thousands. In this alert warning, in addition to eradicating mosquito nests, the Bali Health Office also offers a focused fogging program such as the second mitigation effort. This will be done after they conduct epidemiological research in the residences of dengue fever victims. If they find the larvae in the results, he said, then focused fogging will be carried out. On the other hand, if not found, then it is likely that the dengue fever victim was not bitten by that mosquito in his house. So you want to be on the lookout for the mosquitoes carrying dengue fever. And so I've had dengue fever, and it is not pleasant at all. And so you want to take care during the rainy season. And so much talk about spreading things around, spreading tourists around so that there's not overcrowding, over-tourism in the south, and moving things up to the north and airports and trains and more toll roads and all of this. But one of the biggest problems is waste. Waste is a crucial problem in Bali. It should be a priority program. The waste problem in Bali can no longer be ignored because it has become a crucial problem. Waste management should be made a priority program for the Bali provincial government. This was stated by the co-founder of Ecotourism Bali, Rami Fajar Harini, According to him, the waste problem must be addressed immediately amidst the increasing number of tourists visiting the island of the gods. More and more tourists are coming. The population in Bali is increasing, but the solution to waste in Bali is not being improved. That's a big problem, said Rami. Rami said that he hopes that the new governor can make waste management a priority program. Moreover, Bali has already levied on foreign tourists. The funds are already there, he said, the APBD for waste management. It can be added from the foreign tourist levies. Up until now, it has been more than 100 billion rupees. It should be able to be used. He explained a number of steps that the government must take to resolve the waste problem. According to him, the government must prepare infrastructure, waste collectors that are suitable for the narrow streets in Bali, the use of single-use plastics, incentives for those who have taken steps to care about waste. There are already many examples of other areas and communities in Bali. Rami assessed that education for the government and citizens is also important because there's a change in citizens' habits in using packaging and religious offerings. In addition, education needs to be made available for all groups, the government, citizens, and tourists. If we talk about customs and markets and ceremonies 20 to 30 years ago, everyone was still using degradable offering packaging. But now there are many coffee shops, market snacks that are packaged in plastic, candy wrapped in plastic, including quick offerings. In the past, you didn't have that. And now, this is a fairly high source of waste. Previously, there was a gubernatorial regulation on the use of single-use plastic, which could slightly reduce the use of plastic, but it was responded to with shopping bags that were sold in bulk, So if you forgot to bring one, you buy it straight away, and in the long run, it will become trash too. This means that residents have not realized that they are part of the problem and not the solution. Then, education needs to be given to tourism entrepreneurs, including hotel and restaurants and cafes. Plastic packaging and sorting waste should be a must in those places. Hotels, restaurants, and cafes must sort their waste, and it is only right that each of them is able to manage organic waste. There have been many examples of organic waste management. It can be used as feed, compost, and so on. Inorganic waste is separated. It would be better if the government was able to provide incentives and solutions for where to take inorganic waste and what to do with it. And so, as we saw in the last video, complaints from tourism operators, complaints from travel guides about Bali being dirty, too much trash, too much waste. So, will Governor Koster come up with some more solutions to the waste problem? What happened with the Chinese company that was going to come in and build incinerators? I haven't heard anything about that recently. And so, there have been some solutions offered. Whether they're going to be carried out, well, that's always another issue in Bali and Indonesia as a whole. And let's take a look at what academics are saying about the negative impacts of high tourist influx in Bali. An academician from Bunda Mulia University, Antonius Riziki Krishnadi, highlighted the negative impacts due to the high flow of tourists to Bali, especially the southern part. Various negative impacts that occur in Bali include environmental degradation, pressure on natural resources, increasing living costs, and congestion due to uncontrolled urbanization. The head of the Hospitality and Tourism Study Program at Bunda Mulia University also highlighted the marginalization of local culture and economic inequality due to tourism policies that are too centralized in southern Bali. This condition makes other areas in Bali get less benefits from tourism. Antonius emphasized the importance of a holistic approach to addressing the negative impacts of tourism in Bali through equitable development, cultural preservation, and environmental protection. This is done to create sustainable, there's that word again, and equitable tourism in Bali. How is the marginalization of local culture? Well, this policy only focuses on foreign tourists, not on local culture. The fear is what is being modified about local culture. How is it reducing the authenticity of local culture itself? According to Antonius, the solution to managing Bali tourism sustainably requires a comprehensive approach through the Destination Management Organization, namely a policy that prioritizes environmental conservation by involving local communities as the main actors. One suggested step is to develop alternative tourist destinations outside of southern Bali, which has been significantly impacted by overtourism. as we know. The move aims to spread tourist visits more evenly and reduce pressure on certain areas. In addition, increasing awareness of all parties about the importance of preserving the environment and local culture is also a priority. Education can be done through the distribution of information, both leaflets in hotels and direct campaigns aimed at tourist industry players and local communities. The main message is to support environmental conservation efforts and respect local traditions. Antonius also emphasized the importance of strengthening infrastructure that supports more efficient visitor management, such as environmentally friendly transportation systems and better waste management. Inclusive economic capital must also be implemented by actively involving local communities in the tourism sector, both as small business managers and service providers, so as not only to involve big investors who benefit from Bali tourism. By empowering local communities, tourism not only brings economic benefits, but also strengthens Bali's authentic cultural identity. The solution is how to manage sustainable tourism that lasts long through environmental information education, leaflets in hotels, infrastructure, transportation, inclusive economic capital for the progress of sustainable tourism. And this has been going on in a number of different regencies around the island in a number of different villages. We do have these tourist villages where people can go in and they get tours and they find out how things are done. That is one way to find out about local culture. Of course, then you can also find out about local culture by going to a beach club. And what about Buleleng? Of course, you know, I always want to bring something in Buleleng. Buleleng is very concerned about this because the level of tourism activity here is relatively low. Buleleng Tourism Office conducts survey and intensifies promotion. The Buleleng Tourism Office admitted to being nervous about the release from the American travel guide publisher Fodor's, which included Bali as one of the 15 tourist destinations that are not worth visiting in 2025. But Dispar Buleleng does not want to let go. Its promotion team has moved to conduct a survey to tourists who come regarding their impressions of traveling in Buleleng. Good idea. Head of the Buleleng Tourism Office, Igede Dodi Sukma Octava Ascara, yesterday explained Fodor's study and conclusion are called risky issues internationally, especially the impact of tourist visits in Buleleng. Pak Dodi said the assessment and data study conducted only refer to the conditions of South Bali, while in addition there are areas of the north, east, and west that can still be developed to become alternative distribution sites for tourist visits. The release in the international media that portrayed the condition of South Bali did not capture the entire destination, so for us, the research is not yet comprehensive. It hasn't provided a conclusion. We try to back it up with testimonies from a number of tourists who visit Buleleng to be used as promotional material, explained Pak Dodi. He added that from efforts to make video testimonials of tourists, the response was very positive. They admitted that it was very comfortable, there's no traffic jams, exotic destinations, including a very impressive dolphin watching experience. In addition to intensifying tourism promotion efforts in Buleleng, Dodi is also trying to strengthen the marketing of the new 3B tourism route, Banyuwangi, West Bali, and Buleleng, which has been tested in the middle of last year. The 3B tourism route is a solution for redistributing tourists in South Bali to West Bali and North Bali. We're still waiting for the results of the budget sweep at the Ministry of Tourism in 2025 because we're constrained by the fast boat dock. There still need to be additional pontoons and piles for ship docks, he said. And so the North is certainly worth visiting. Okay, and one more final thing, and this is on teachers. Prabowo announces teacher salary increase for 2025. President Prabowo Subianto has announced a salary increase for teachers in 2025. He emphasized the pivotal role of education and teachers in the nation's progress. Good for him. Despite being in office for only a month, we are pleased to announce improvements in teacher welfare. He said this during National Teachers' Day celebration. That was a few days ago. He reiterated the government's commitment to prioritizing education. The former defense minister believes that education is the key to overcoming poverty. We acknowledge the challenges and shortcomings that persist, he admitted. However, we are determined, committed, and recognize that education is what we must improve. The announcement of the salary increase for teachers aligns with the statement made by Minister of Primary and Secondary Education, Abdul Muti, on November 26, following a meeting with President Prabowo. Civil servant teachers will receive a double increase in their basic salary. Additionally, non-civil servant teachers who hold teacher certification will benefit from a 2 million rupees salary increase. Wow! All teachers will receive a salary increase. For civil servant teachers, it's basic salary increase, which varies based on rank and other factors, according to Pak Muti. The Secretary General of Muhammadiyah clarified that the additional 2 million for non-civil servant teachers is derived from the teacher certification program. This increase is supplementary to the salary provided by their respective schools. He confirmed that the salary increase applies exclusively to teachers under the Ministry of Primary and Secondary Education. Teachers under the Ministry of Religious Affairs are not included in the 2025 quota. And the president has also increased the minimum wage, the national minimum wage, and we're waiting to see what the minimum wage hike is going to be in different areas of Indonesia. And for us who live here, and particularly interested in Bali, see what they're going to be from regency to regency, because the minimum wage varies from regency to regency in Bali depending on a number of different factors. And it's already been announced that that's going to go up, but I haven't seen any specific figures yet. So good news. I saw somebody the other day, somebody that's lived here or comes here a lot, saying that the price of living, the cost of living, has not gone up in the last 8 years. Wow, that is definitely not true. Cost of living for us has increased. Electricity, gasoline, food. Food costs were way down during the pandemic, and since the pandemic is over and restaurants and hotels are buying up produce, the price of produce has gone up again. And if you are a young family and you've got kids, it's getting more and more expensive, and of course housing. And that is it for today. Thanks for viewing. Be kind to someone today. Take care, and I will see you next time. Have a great weekend.